हर महीने हम बेहतर देने में कामयाब हुए। मैं दिल्ली के लोगों से माफी मांगता हूं, इतना कहना चाहता हूं। 9-10 महीनों में कोई सरकार आपको पूरा का पूरा पोल्यूशन को साफ कर सके, ऐसा असंभव है। पिछले साल इससे ज्यादा गंदे दिन थे। पिछले साल आज के दिन भी अगर हम बात कर रहे हैं तो 380 AQI था, लेकिन ना राहुल गांधी आपको दिखे ना प्रियंका गांधी दिखे, क्योंकि ये आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ लोग मिले हुए लोग थे। और आज इनको ये सब बातें याद आई हैं।
आप पैरामीटर बदल देंगे तो कहेंगे एयर क्वालिटी बेहतर है। ये कौन सी नई चीज है? आप एयर क्वालिटी को बेहतर कैसे करेंगे? आप सोचिए हम कहाँ रह रहे हैं।
बहुत ज़्यादा, हद से ज़्यादा खराब हो गया है और हम लोगों को डिस्कस करना चाहिए।
पिछले 10 सालों में अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार दिल्ली में रही, लेकिन पोल्यूशन पर एक भी कदम अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार ने उठाया नहीं।
पॉल्यूशन का लेवल बहुत अधिक है, ये बात चिंता की है और इसीलिए दिल्ली सरकार और केंद्र सरकार दोनों इसके ऊपर एक स्टडी कर रहे हैं कि इसका पर्टिकुलर रीजन पता चले और स्टडी के अंदर पर्टिकुलर हमें काम पता चले जो हमें करने चाहिए।
I think we need to rise above our politics and try and find a solution to this.
This is the story of every winter. As temperatures start to fall, the foggy conditions combine with the high amount of air pollution to form what is known as smog in India's national capital, Delhi. Now this winter, the Delhi's air quality has been hovering between poor to very poor category for the last 2 months. But at the beginning of this week, Delhi recorded an intense smog episode when the air quality index was recorded in the severe plus category. For 4 consecutive days, the air quality remained severe according to the Central Pollution Control Board, leading to the enforcement of the highest level of emergency response, which is the Graded Response Action Plan Stage 4. Under that stage, restrictions were placed on the movement of vehicles coming from outside the city as well as those in the city. Schools were urged to shift to hybrid mode of learning to protect these children from the harmful effects of this toxic air. Private and government offices were asked to shift to 50% work from home to bring down the number of vehicles on the road. Now we speak to residents of the national capital to understand their frustration. This winter they turned up on the streets to demand the right to breathe clean air. We speak to experts to understand what are the solutions and why they remain elusive. We speak to a lot of experts for this exclusive report for CNN News 18. So we are here at India Gate, where a lot of tourists have come from different parts of the city. Now there are these bunch of students who have come from Nagaland to visit Delhi, and they have been really talking about the bad air quality. We have one of the students here. So you have come from which place?
Nagaland.
Okay. So do you see the difference in air quality? You have been traveling around Delhi. What difference do you see?
There's a big difference. Clearly, when we reached Delhi, we have not been able to see the blue sky. That's for sure. And since we're here for our educational tour, so we've been visiting a couple of places, and then the sightseeing has been really bad, really terrible, because we were not able to clearly see the monuments like the President's House. We've seen it, but it's too foggy, it's not clear, and the air quality, it's really terrible right now.
And you start coughing as soon as you go out, right?
Yeah, some of our students have been sick since we've reached Delhi. When we were on our journey to Agra, it was almost 11, 12, and there was no clear sky. It was all foggy, and it was really terrible.
I do feel the quality is different here compared to the previous areas we visited in India. I do have to wear a mask because I can feel it. But again, we are excited, so it's the first time, so we have to overlook some of the shortcomings.
Right. So when you travel to different countries, but here in Delhi, you see the pollution is really high. Like at this point in time, it's very hazy out there. So what do you?
I mean, no, I read about the pollution in Delhi, but today it seems to be much better. There is not much fog, and I can see clearly. And I'm excited to be at the capital of India.
I see a lot of people driving alone. They should commute together, for example, and then you should have 1 day rest. No cars in the street, just use public transportation. And some countries do that. But the weather, the pollution is not that bad. I thought worse because everyone warned me about it to buy a mask. I can see a cloud of, like a case here, but it's not as bad as I thought. actually the sound pollution is worse, and visual pollution. So, but in general, I think it's okay. You can come and visit without having any problem, unless if you have asthma or something.
See, the problem here is too many cars and less people. I think that is the main thing. It needs to be regulated by the government itself.
Definitely. Now, vehicles contribute almost 40% of the pollution to Delhi. So, what are the good things that you see in other countries which India can adopt to bring down the pollution?
We can use some cue from Singapore. Singapore does a good traffic control. Like certain areas, they only allow traffic only certain time. Rest of time not allowed it. They have to carpool. Those are things they can look into. Looking at other countries, how they overcome. Singapore is one small country with 6 million people in one small area. They manage to keep things under control on terms of haze.
We have this bunch of very lovely people who are coming from different countries, but here in Delhi, it's a sort of a reunion for them, and they have really good thoughts to talk about the air pollution in the national capital, where tourists from different parts of the world come to see. Delhi has been breathing toxic air for years, but the government apathy has led mothers in the national capital to come together and fight for the right. Again, a cluster of mothers who wanted to fight for their children because this air pollution is making them sicker and cutting short their lives. Today we have with us Ms. Bhavreen Kandhari to talk us through about this entire journey. Bhavreen, you have been seeing how the air pollution crisis remains, What is the government doing, and why we haven't been able to solve this mess?
So, it's such a long journey that, but the most common thing that I see, whichever government and names and leaders, but usually what they're trying to do is they want to clean up the pollution, that doesn't work. We've seen enough experiments have been done in the era of smoke towers, and now you're, doing sprinkling, or you're, and more photo optic stuff like cloud seeding, etc. All those things are not going to work because you are trying to create pollution and then clean it up. What you need to do is you have to prevent the pollution. You have to work on the sources of emissions, and that is something that's being said for years now, and I can't seem to understand why it is so difficult for the government, because it is difficult because it means very strict compliances, so there's no scope of corruption, there is no scope of mistakes, and that's what we are doing. So it's just adding up, even in the last 20 years it's been adding up because we are not looking at the right path.
Right. So we are wearing these masks again, and when in 2020 you formed Warrior Moms, that gave us a glimpse of how air can actually be cleaned. We know where the pollution is coming from. So, and now you see the air quality is severe. So how has that been?
Yes, absolutely. So the blue skies were a celebration that time. I mean, it was like the dream that some of us who were, fighting this battle. People are frustrated after all because now the health repercussions are showing in the children. Even in a generation, there has been so much difference. When my daughters are going to turn 22 now, and they never saw nebulizers and various respiratory aids, but now probably every child is using that and this thing. So there's a huge difference, and if we are going to fight this battle, we know this is costing us health, it's costing us lives, it's costing us economy. So that means that you have to now pause and stop certain things. Like you say, अब पार्टी करने का टाइम नहीं है, आप थोड़े साल इसको रोकिए, आप इसको get all your acts together, renovate करिए, मत करिए आप इतना CND waste create होता है. To bring those kind of changes, there is so much that was being said on greens and trees, etc. And we continue to cut 5 trees an hour. You've made there's a terrible decision on the Aravalis. Imagine now what decisions you will take today. Then 10 years later, जो यहाँ पे खड़े होके बात कर रहे होंगे, जिनके बच्चे suffer करेंगे, हमारे grandchildren, children, who will be, because the Rajasthan will be now bringing all their, dust here, additionally to a city that's choking. So I'm just saying these are just very small examples.
Delhi has become a gas chamber. The pollution levels in the national capital are high throughout the year, but they surge to dangerous levels in the winter season. Now, when the BJP government in Delhi came to power in April this year, it made pollution as the agenda. Air pollution and the water pollution in Yamuna. Now, this is winter, but you can see behind me the visibility is really down. It's still hazy and the smog has enveloped the entire region. Now, the Graded Response Action Plan Stage 4 was kicked into effect when the air quality touched the Severe Plus category earlier this week. But as you can see, the number of vehicles plying on Delhi roads have failed to come down. Every year, increasing number of vehicles are registered in the national capital, and remember, there are so many emission inventories which highlight that the air pollution level, the largest single source is these vehicles. Transport sector followed by industries, and then stubble burning happening in the neighboring states and the open waste burning are all contributing to the air pollution and making this air extremely toxic. Now, under these emergency measures, they were also strengthened in the last few weeks when the CUEQ met to discuss this emergency situation. Now, hybrid workforce, switching schools to hybrid mode of learning, then urging private offices and government offices to switch to 50% work from home. But you can still see that the number of vehicles refuse to come down. Now, what you see behind me is an anti-smog gun. Now, this is what the Delhi government has been using intensively across the national capital to bring down the dust across Delhi. Now, this is basically used for dust mitigation, and that is where most of the government investment has also been going when it comes to pollution in the national capital. Now, this water basically brings down the dust, especially on the roads. There are a lot of water sprinklers are also being used, and when you visit Delhi, you will see them across various parts of the city. But experts point out that this is only one of the measures for dust mitigation, which is basically PM10. But in Delhi, it's not just PM10, but PM2.5 and other toxic gases, which also need intensive action. So although a lot of investment is going to dust mitigation, we need some strong measures to curb emissions from other pollutants, which are also making this air extremely toxic. While on one hand, Delhi is fighting ways to control the surging air pollution, this winter it was fighting another challenge, and that was misinformation and the lack of credible data. Now, residents of the national capital complained that these AQI monitoring stations across the national capital do not give the correct picture of how bad the air quality is. Now, what you see here is one of the continuous ambient air quality monitoring station maintained by the Central Pollution Control Board. Now, it gives a picture of the amount of PM2.5, PM10, NO2 and other toxic gases which are already present in the air. Residents complained that they saw water sprinklers, especially around these monitoring stations, which brought down the AQI level. So, the AQI, which was recorded by the CPCB, did not give the correct picture of how bad the air quality is. As of now, Delhi has about 40 continuous ambient air quality monitoring stations and 7 where the readings are manually recorded. Now, we spoke to experts and they say that Delhi doesn't need more AQI monitoring stations, but what it needs is that these monitoring stations should be well distributed. Currently, they are mostly concentrated in central and southern Delhi, but they need to be well distributed to far more polluted regions in the national capital to tell people that the Delhi's air is extremely toxic and they need to take precautions. This is the story of every winter. As temperature starts to fall, the fog in the air combines with the high level of air pollution to create what is known as smog in India's national capital, Delhi. Now, this winter again, the air pollution levels have remained high. Since October 12th, the air quality in the national capital has been hovering between poor to very poor. But the start of this week began with an intense smog episode. For 4 consecutive days, the air quality remained in the severe category, with the air quality index recorded by Central Pollution Control Board recorded over 450, which is in the severe plus category, leading to the enforcement of the highest emergency measures, which is the Graded Response Action Plan Stage 4, which leads to restrictions in the vehicles plying on the roads. Schools were urged to shift to online mode of learning, as well as private offices and government offices asked to switch to 50% work from home. Now, here in Delhi, we spoke to residents who also turned on streets to demand the right to breathe clean air, to understand their frustration and to understand why Delhi has not been able to solve its air pollution crisis for so many years. We speak to experts on what are the solutions and why they remain elusive. We bring you this exclusive report for CNN News 18.
Take a deep breath. Does it feel clean anymore? Across many Indian cities, air pollution has quietly become part of everyday life. Mornings begin with a haze, outdoor walks cut short, and parents hesitate before sending children out. When the air stays polluted day after day, it affects more than just visibility. It affects the most important thing we have, our health. Many symptoms that people now brush aside are actually not normal. A cough that doesn't go away, breathlessness while climbing stairs, burning eyes, constant fatigue, feeling dizzy or mentally fogged. Over the past few months, hospitals have been seeing patients come in with a range of such complaints. To understand what doctors are observing and what patients are experiencing, we went inside hospital wards. Let's take a look around. Fortis Hospital in Gurgaon today, and the hospital OPD is full of patients coughing. Dr. Goyal, what are the top complaints of people who are coming to you?
So the common complaints are cough, breathing difficulty, chest congestion, runny nose, and it is difficult to control. They are really stressed with that. The sleep is disturbed, the quality of life is disturbed. They are finding it difficult to work, as a matter of fact. And even our medications are not so effective at this point of time unless you put them on steroids or some higher kind of medications. Otherwise, it's a difficult situation to control in majority of the patients who are coming to the hospital.
Doctor, out of every 10 patients who are coming to you, how many do you think are affected by air pollution? Is it all 10, or do you think that there are some patients who are still, doing better than others?
So it all depends upon the pre-existing disease of the patient. So somebody who has got obstructive disease like COPD, asthma, sinusitis problem, they are much more affected and they got more severe symptoms. But we do see young people coming up with fresh symptoms who have never suffered from cough, breathing difficulty, but they are coming this time with cough and breathing difficulty for the first time, as a matter of fact. And I can see this thing happening in children also, which is of course a little bit of concern.
As you're talking about children, what are the chief complaints? We have seen that government has decided to shut down school for at least children till 5th class. What about children and elderly? Do you think that that is the category that was most vulnerable and in fact most impacted as well?
Yes, this is the most vulnerable population, as a matter of fact. Children are developing, their lungs are small, they breathe too hard, they are playing outdoors. So they are much more at risk of developing these respiratory problems, especially now the influenza season is also going on. So the flu attacks are also happening in them.
Kanchanji, I have been seeing you coughing so badly for the last 15 minutes. What brings you to Fortis today?
Actually, this has been ongoing since 3 months, and I never had this kind of congestion before. I think the AQI and the pollution is really taking toll on my health. So you can hear my voice also. The throat has gone for a toss, and it's not improving even after steroids and everything.
नहीं ज़्यादा नहीं, but I feel somewhere यहाँ tickling होती है मेरे chest में और फिर खांसी होती है.
I am diabetic from last 27 years, and from last 10 days मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा पहले fever था, then cough थी जो कि जा ही नहीं रही. I think it's pollution. तो because of that I am here. तो मुझे है कि डॉक्टर को दिखा लेना चाहिए, कुछ और तो नहीं उसके साथ साथ, तो प्रिकॉशन के लिए मैं आई हूँ.
Even in open spaces like parks, people say the air doesn't feel like the same anymore. With pollution levels remaining high, we are here with the citizens to understand how the severe pollution levels are affecting their daily lives. With these high pollution levels, do you think that this is impacting your health or anyone's health in your family?
Yes, this is impacted I have 2 children, one 5 years and one is 9 years. So my children are facing cough due to air pollution. Even they are not coming down for playing. नीचे खेलने आते हैं, बच्चों को सांस बहुत खींच के आता है और उनकी कम से कम 1 month से मेडिसिन चल रही हैं कंटिन्यू. बट कोई इम्प्रूव नहीं हो रहा. हम डॉक्टर के पास कंसल्ट करते हैं तो सेम क्वेश्चन कि ड्यू टू पॉल्यूशन मैम ये चलेगा.
Me too have two small kids at home and they are severely facing cough and cold, and kids actually want to come outside and take fresh air and they want to enjoy in the park, but they are not able to, and we as parents, we are also bound to keep them inside the house. So it's really getting very worsening. The situation is very bad.
My mother, she's having a bronchitis, so looking at the current situation of the AQI, she cannot stay here, she cannot come here because of AQI level itna high hai. So the problem is कि like उनका वहाँ होना हमारा यहाँ होना, it is creating a very
So where is she?
She stays out of this area. She is in hills right now. She is in Uttarakhand.
I have been through bypass surgery very recently, and problem इन्होंने अभी एक मेंशन कर रहे थे कि अकेलापन भी इसमें जुड़ जाता है. आप अकेले पड़े हो, कुछ करने लायक नहीं हो, इंटरेक्शन ख़त्म हो जाते हैं जो कि बेसिक ह्यूमन नेचर है. सॉरी. तो मैं अगर अपनी बाईपास सर्जरी के उससे बात करूं तो अभी वी हैव बीन आउट टू हिल्स for 15 days just for this reason that I should not stay in such atmosphere.
मुझे 2 महीना यहाँ आए हुआ, लेकिन 1 महीना से मेरी खांसी खत्म ही नहीं हो रही है.
आप कहीं बाहर रहते थे, यहाँ नहीं रहते थे?
नहीं रहते थे हम तो रांची रहती हूँ. तो मैं यहाँ आई तब से 1 महीने से मेरी खांसी ठीक ही नहीं हो रही है, और यहाँ वर्क करने नीचे आना ही है, धूप लेने आना ही है, तो आना ही पड़ता है, और आने पर यहाँ ज़्यादा खांसी तेज हो जाती है. आप देख रहे हैं गला फंस रहा है अभी भी.
जो जैसे बच्चों का है कि रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हो गए हैं कि उन्हें प्ले करने के लिए हम नीचे ज़्यादा लेकर नहीं आ सकते, इवन इवनिंग में भी नहीं. बच्चों को लगता है कि भाई नीचे आना है, खेलना है, मम्मा मुझे प्ले करना है, बट अब उनको ये कि भाई इम्यूनिटी बच्चों का कम रहता है, तो उनका उसके अकॉर्डिंगली देख कर के बच्चे जल्दी बीमार हो जाते हैं. तो इवन स्कूल्स भी उन्होंने मतलब ऑनलाइन क्लासेस कर दिए. तो मुझे लगता है जो बच्चे घर में जितना लर्न नहीं करते वो उतना स्कूल में करते हैं.
पॉल्यूशन लेकर के बहुत है, बच्चे लोग रेगुलर स्कूल नहीं जा पाते हैं. 1-2 दिन जाते हैं, तबीयत खराब हो जाती है, खांसी बुखार. बच्चा लोग जो है सो एग्ज़ाम के दिन भेजना पड़ता है, नहीं तो जो है सो घर में ही रखना पड़ता है, बाहर लेके नहीं कर सकते हैं.
It's the fruit of our own actions and we are responsible for the increasing air pollution. And I think one thing everyone should do is take public transport and stay home, and air purifiers are a good solution. However, we are so harvesting what we have sown in the past, and we are working from home, our careers are getting affected, so everything is getting affected, and it's a chain reaction, one thing leads to another.
बच्चों को बहुत हैबिट हो गई है स्क्रीन की. Study. It's better.
Different voices, similar worries. Air pollution is no more an abstract issue. It's something that people are planning their lives around.
Previously, we used to see around 90% of the cases in lung cancer were because of smoking. But now, at least 60% of the people are smokers and 40% are non-smokers. And definitely passive smoking, AQI worsening is definitely related to the incidence of lung cancer, which is increasing in women and children. Now more and more people are getting cancers, in the sense more ladies are getting cancer, more non-smokers are getting cancer. The earliest lung cancer that I have just seen in OPD is of 18 years of a girl, never smoker. The incidence of 20 people getting cancer in their 20s and 30s is increasing. So it's a bad situation to be in.
56-year-old Padma Singh was diagnosed with late-stage lung cancer last month. While her journey is already hard, it has been made harder with the worsening air quality. I am with her daughter, Divyanshi. Divyanshi, when did you get to know about your mother's late-stage lung cancer, and what were the symptoms prior to the diagnosis?
We got to know in the late November, but the symptoms started in August. We thought it was the pollution because she was coughing and sneezing. So we thought it was pollution. But the symptoms got worsened in November. So we took her here, and then we got the biopsy done, and then we found out that she has late stage lung cancer. I also have breathing issues, like whenever I'm going out, I have to carry the mask and all, and I have to take precautions. So it is very hard for me, and she's a cancer patient. You can imagine how hard it is for her.
So, what are the triggers that pollution gives? Is it that the pollution makes her cough even more? You try to keep her immunity at the best levels. How do you do that?
We give her proper diet. We keep her in the air purified rooms only. We don't take her out for any reason until and unless it is an emergency. We don't take her out because the air quality is very poor. If she goes out, she has breathing issues. She started coughing. The scenario gets worsened.
From public parks to hospital wards, the impact of polluted air is being felt in different ways. For doctors, it shows in increasing number of patients and increasing number of complaints. For patients, especially those suffering from lung disease, it adds an additional challenge and battle for them. As air quality remains poor, the health cost continues to grow.